The feeling of something being wrong, even after strictly adhering to a diet, is something most of us can relate to. But what if the secret actually wasn't finding a perfect diet, but rather creating a perfect one for oneself? Here I scale tours on how to build a personalized nutrition diet plan that undoubtedly is going to work. I have come to grasp the idea of personalization being the core element. But let's first assess your present state, isn't that right? It's natural to think of the casual habits and what they may be the very thoughts you might have at first. Yet they are not just nice ideas. They are what's required for the success of your plan. Consider the idea of keeping a food journal to be akin to being a nutrition detective. Whereas our aim here is not just adding calories. I want you to pay attention to everything. Your craving for a morning coffee, your tiredness in the afternoon, and eventually, the late-night cravings for a snack. Next, be conscious of the time elements. When are you the most hungry? Are there specific times when you have more energy and when you have less? That 3 p.m. feeling that you are not perfect might not be normal. It might be a message from your lunch plate composition speaking to you. Most people have unique habits that they are not even aware of. For instance, you might desire to eat something sweet after some meals. Or you may often skip breakfast when you have a busy day. These are not artificial habits at all. On the contrary, they are the clues. Are you ready for your first step? Well, get on with it. Just use your phone or a little notebook. For the next week, make sure you write down what you eat at all times, and also, this is crucial, how you feel at the time afterward. Don't bother about how it should be arranged or what should be included in it. Just note the most necessary things: meal times, energy levels, and any patterns you spot. Get ready to decipher the secret code language of your body. Just like a daily conversation, your body is always telling you what works best for it and what does not. The twist is that you have to learn how to pay attention. The initial issue will be energy levels. Pay attention to your feelings an hour post-eating. Do certain meals help you get energized so that you can face the day? And some just make you want to drink one more cup of coffee, right? That's your body talking. Digestion is another thing to which you should pay heed. Bloating or discomfort, the feeling of fullness might not be your stomach's pet there. They are just the signals extended to you about the edibles that cannot work for your system. Here is something that most people neglect. Most people have a sleep quality problem. The late-night snack might be the culprit for your rest being less than it should be. As for mood, have you ever noticed that some foods make you feel clear-headed and happy, while others have the opposite effect? Your stomach talks to the brain, which is why certain foods affect your mood. Think of the last meals that you had. What are your feelings now? Refreshed, tired, light? That can be very useful information for your tailor-made plan. Remember that you are unique. Notwithstanding the fact that the food might be beneficial, it can be disheartening or frustrating to you. It is because of that which it is said that personalization is such a strong force. You can make your eating habits fit into your daily life. Your daily rhythm is your starting point. When do you really feel like eating? When do you have the time to eat without being in a hurry? You could be a morning person, with breakfast or lunch being the most reliable meal for you. Okay, now let us focus on foods you actually love. A fun spin on food choices is very beneficial if you're going to maintain a diet. First, just think of the healthy foods that bring you joy. Make a list. This list will be the base from which you build. For example, did you say quinoa? Well, that is no problem at all. There are loads of other grains you can choose. Late meetings and kids' activities can lead to a social event plan that has to be flexible too. Being prepared with pre-cut veggies in the fridge can keep your health in check when you don't have enough time. Let us tackle the need to define your limits. Do you love your evening dessert? Then do not just remove it. Include it in your plan instead. It can be a piece of dark chocolate after dinner, or having an ice cream on the weekend. We can both agree strictly on this with no deviations. Think about the actual problems you are dealing with. Long commute? Make sure to pack some car-friendly breakfasts. Always starve at 3 p.m.? Have a protein-rich snack on the schedule. Working extra hours? Preparing the dinner's components the night before is a solution. A perfect diet is never the one that is purely correct, but it is the one that you can actually stick to. The habits that become real feel natural, and none of them scream struggle. Your eating plan should not be a burden to you, it should work for you. Now let's put this into practice. You can start by picking just one meal. You know, changing everything at once doesn't always work. Take, for example, breakfast. It is a typical meal for most. Others can prefer to have the lunch menu first. Having focus on one part of the day enables you to get that one right before looking at the day as a whole for change. The quickest way to compose a meal is to stick to an easy format. Visualize a plate cut into sections. The highest part of the plate is for veggies, colorful, raw, roasted, or sautéed. This way, you will not only get important nutrients but also fill your belly. At the edge of the plate, you should have protein. Therefore, the choices are chicken, fish, tofu, or legumes. The last bio will be complex carbs such as brown rice, quinoa, or sweet potato. Obviously, tips for healthy fats like avocado, nuts, or olive oil are also there to be added. Change just one part each week. The first week could be adding some protein to your breakfast. The second week is about bringing in an extra vegetable. By the third week, you may focus on controlling portion sizes. Those little changes combine easily and let you establish long-standing habits. Let's look at practical meal preparation. Before shopping, take just 5 minutes to plan the protein, vegetable, and carb intake for the week. A shopping week where you shop once, prep once, and eat well is one that doesn't contain those snap decisions that derail our best efforts. While cooking your dinner, just make extra. A grilled chicken tonight can transform into a packed lunch tomorrow. You can go ahead and roast a sheet pan of vegetables while preparing your main course. If the veggies are well prepared, you will eat them more, and this will give you a time saver. Consider a simple Sunday prep. You can grill protein for 3 days, roast 2 types of vegetables, cook 1 grain, and prepare the basic ingredients for quick cooking. Make your meals according to your energy patterns. If you play a role in the 3 p.m. slump, add a protein-nourishing lunch, or you can also include a balanced snack before your slump. Schedule the big meals when you digest best and have lighter options before strategic meetings or workouts. Load the smart backups for busy days. You are already on the ball when you have something like boiled eggs, portioned Greek yogurt, nuts, seeds, and vegetables all chopped and ready to go. 1 minute you are hungry, and the next you have access to nutritious meals. Now, if we can just tackle what to do when things don't go according to plan, bear in mind that it's completely normal to go off the rails in the nutrition journey. There will be cravings. You will sprint out of your schedule during busy week duties. What you need is to have backup strategies. Keep an eye on what you are feeling. Do you notice energy coming up? Is your mood more stable? Do you experience sleep improvement? They all stand there as indicators for your direction of advancement. Find what is not fitting and modify that. For instance, you might be eating less than you need, or your meal times might differ. If you listen to it, your body will inform you what it needs. This is your path. Take actions that are right for you. At this point, do you have an idea of why the magic of permanent change lies not in their following someone else's plan, but in coming up with one that suits you? A top notion is getting a grasp of your eating habits, having your body on your side, and introducing minor changes which thereafter will be seen as technicolor. Keep in mind that personalized nutrition is not about achieving a state of perfection, but rather, it's about discovering what works well for you. If you have some use for this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe for more science-based health tips and support. More information about nutrition is on my website, as shown in the description below. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.